Alex is now
had it.
officially a part of the GTT crew.
There we go. I'm using an old profile from like when I had Ryan on the show, and it wasn't connected to the right audio device. That'll do it.
Classic Ryan.
Thanks a lot,
Dude,
Ryan.
we got to get the show started, man. We're racking up these numbers. We already got people watching and shit.
Oh shit!
Yeah, Johnny, you're fired. R.I.P. Ryan.
Where are we at? 7? Whoa.
Yeah. So
Okay.
we should probably give them a show.
All right, let's. You guys got your things ready to record?
Very much.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, this gives a countdown.
Wait, Alex, you ready?
Yeah, just tell me when.
All right.
What are we doing? Who am I?
I'm warming up the soundboard here. There we go. Okay.
Good idea.
5,
Prime it.
4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Welcome to Game That Tune.
Oh, yeah. What's going on, everybody? It's Game That Tune, and we are back in the house once again. It's your boy, John Harrington here. We got John Regan with us. Say hey.
Hey.
We've got Jesse. Woo! By God, more. Say hey.
Hey.
We've got David Fleming. Say hey.
Hey!
And for the first time, we've got a fantastic new guest on the show, possibly our longest tenured fan, easily our most celebrated Patreon superfan tier producer. It's Alex Messenger on the show. Alex, say hey.
Hey.
Awesome, man. What a show we've got coming up tonight, guys. It's a new year, new us. Wait, that's not it. There's nothing really new about us. It's just it's same old Game That Tune. It's episode 139 now.
139.
It's
And
139.
feeling fine.
Thank you. That was the easiest alley-oop in the world. It's almost like we are good at this show now. Only took 139 episodes. What we're going to do around here is we're going to listen to some video game music. We've each brought 3 songs from a game. We're going to try and guess the games based on the songs with a little bit of trivia. We're going to goof off, have fun, talk a bunch of nonsense, and the winner at the end of the night picks a theme for the next episode. And I won the last episode. It was good to close out the year on a victory.
Wait, what? I won the last episode.
Oh, sorry, Jesse. You sat out the last episode.
What are you talking about? I won. I picked fighting games.
Right. And I don't know how to end this bit.
I picked a fighting game. What the hell? What am I supposed to do?
Okay. Well, since David stomped
what if
all
you
over
picked
my
like
intro,
RPGs or something? I'm totally fucked. Or like
right.
or music dancing games. Like, what do I do?
Well, maybe we have a theme that a fighting game could fit. John, what is the theme for this episode?
David, thank you for asking. Because
3, 2, 1.
I'm sorry. I thought that was my cue. Go ahead, John.
when has it ever been your cue to start the jingle without someone uttering
The phrase.
the key phrase, the phrase that pays?
You're
God
right.
damn it, Johnny.
You're right.
So,
Fuck.
good
And I'm
Lord.
sorry, what is
fucking
that
bit
key
going on?
phrase that pays?
This is just how we wanted to start the new year. It's a new year, new show with unrun by me bits, and so naturally we had to dip into an old standby, and it's a free play.
3, 2, 1, 0. Are you ready?
Game That Tune.
Free play.
We don't reward mediocrity on this show.
What? Yes, you do.
This was before I personally discovered Jenna Jameson as an artistic talent.
David has drawn a penis, which is disgusting and foul, and quite frankly, you should be off the show for that.
Like, I never dressed up as the regular Fox. I strictly used the Rocket Fox suit.
The Red Rocket Fox suit.
Oh no! Oh God, no!
I feel like I missed a chapter or two in this story.
Yo Mama's so fat, she looks like the Mega Man from the box art of Mega Man 1.
Whoa, man, come on.
Uncalled for.
Johnny, give us your top 5 fox penises.
Miles Prower's number 1.
This guy kind of gives me the creeps.
Yes, that's right, everybody. We're back with a fantastic free play to start the new year. And you heard it here second. Actually, if you heard last week's episode, you know Miles Prower is Johnny's number 1 fox penis. So with that in mind, Johnny, never discuss something like that on the show ever again. And
how dare you?
Let's jump into it, man. What's game 1 tonight?
Game 1.
So, a ROM for this game leaked on April 26, 2016. This is the first time in the entire series that a game was leaked before the release date? So while everybody is finalizing their answers, I have an additional piece of trivia, which won't help at all, but I just thought this was really interesting. The ellipsis punctuation mark is used 101 times in this game.
Ellipsis.
The like 3 dots for waiting.
Right. I was like,
I just thought that was interesting. It's like, oh, wow. There were a lot of dramatic pauses in this game.
Indeed.
So who's got some answers?
I said, much like we're dramatic pausing right now before revealing these answers.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, so close. John Regan has a drawing of a penis. Alex and Jesse say Kirby Planet Robobot, while John Harrington says Kirby Planet Robo Bobo Bobo Bobot. That's a hat trick.
It is.
Johnny, you don't get points, but we still had 3 correct guesses, so it counts as a hat trick.
That's fine.
I think you
on the
understood that.
I just want to make sure.
What happens if 4 people score points at once? They're like, we don't have a super hat trick.
We have a free play jingle.
No, God.
Well, actually, I've been hearing this term get thrown around called a pants trick.
Hey, so now.
Maybe
I like
that's
it.
a thing.
Yeah, we've had a couple of those before on Game That Tune, so might as well adopt it.
Johnny goes to the bathroom.
Yeah. So awesome. Kirby Planet Robo Bot.
Yes.
Not really that hard of a title to pronounce. I don't know why I keep going back to that. It just feels like there's too many bows in the name. But this game looked really dope. David, is this game dope?
This game is in fact dope.
Oh,
have you not played Planet Robobot?
I have not.
Really?
I have Robo Bobo 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 not.
Oh, I see what you did there.
Yeah, that was a bad one. Good night, everybody.
That was a Johnny joke.
Yeah, I know. I felt really gross after doing it.
As one should with Johnny jokes.
Yeah. And I'm the dad of the group.
I would highly recommend tracking this game down. I dare say it's top 3 Kirby games.
What an audacious statement. Almost a hot take.
Oh shit! I just killed the soundboard because I had to type something to fix something. So I have it pulled up right now.
David's hot take will not be acknowledged.
That's all right. I can bring it up again.
Yeah.
But no, like, this game's really good, and it's intensely fun. Because I got Kirby Triple Deluxe on the 3DS, where it's basically like a standard Kirby game, but every so often you get this weird rainbow seed that lets you suck up lots of stuff. And I was like, yeah, okay, this is fun, but it's just like, here's Kirby, and here's like our one little gimmick that we're going to add to make it special. And then Planet Robobot comes out. It's like, oh, it's Kirby, but he's got a mech suit. All right, I bet this is going to be like the same kind of thing, like 3 levels in the game. You get to pilot this little robot thing. It'll be fun. No, like, you pilot this mech quite frequently, and it kind of changes the game because the mech can copy in addition to Kirby's copies.
Oh, really?
So you get like different abilities. So instead of, Bomb Kirby just throws bombs, well, Bomb Robobot Kirby like releases these little like tracking robots that will climb up walls and detonate. So there's all sorts of puzzles that you can do. Yeah, the Robobot forms are really interesting and fun. I think my favorite might be Spark Robobot, who you can shoot little like electric zaps, or like normally you can charge Spark and shoot out like a big electric ball. Instead, you just shoot like a giant beam across the screen, so it becomes this super powerful like Kamehameha. It's kind of amazing.
Yeah, it doesn't really sound like a Spark at that point, but it sounds good. I like robots, and I like Kirby. This seems like it should be right up my alley.
Yeah, and it's like the whole like graphical design of the game, because there's these aliens that invade that try to mechanize everything. So you're fighting like familiar Kirby enemies, but they're like cyborg robot digitized versions. Like, you fight Wispy Woods, but he's got like the Terminator eye, and eventually he sprouts like mechanical legs and starts chasing you through the level.
Okay, now we're talking. I'd like to launch a version of the Terminator in which you're being pursued by Wispy Woods. That's pretty good. And now, who does Kirby impregnate in order to send someone forward to the future to prevent this robot uprising? Does that happen? How much of it is like Terminator?
Well, Kirby doesn't impregnate anyone because he's too like pure and innocent. If anybody impregnates somebody, it's probably Meta Knight, because let's be real, like, ladies love Meta Knight.
I still think no penis, though. I mean, it's tricky with these Kirby characters. They're just balls.
Oh, Meta Knight's packing. Let's be real here. Meta Knight's packing. I mean, He has that cape, he has that mask, he has that sword, he has that big dick energy.
Yeah, the penis is under the cape. That's got to be it.
That's why he can fly around and stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. He just like helicopter dicks around. That's how he flies.
If it's not a Terminator-based story, how's the story? Does it have your usual Kirby fun romp of a story?
It's actually interesting because, Kirby stories are usually like, someone took our ice cream. Oh, no.
Yeah. Oh, like, right. Johnny gets emotional about Kirby stories.
This game has kind of a bittersweet story because, like, like a lot of Kirby games, it seems like it's cute and, like, colorful on top, but there's, like, weird, bizarre eldritch horrors underneath. Like, this game has some real bittersweet moments towards the end. Like, I don't want to spoil anything, but...
that's the whole thing. I was trying to bait you into spoiling the whole thing. The ending to this game is fucking nuts.
This game, okay.
Or rather, I don't even know if it's the ending. I just know there's there's hidden details for the Kirby lore enthusiasts. I think like it's on like the pause screen. If you pause during a boss, it tells you a story about like certain characters, and it's like, oh no! Like once you piece together the story, it's kind of the most tragic thing ever.
Yeah, it's pretty tragic, and I will also say like the if you're a longtime Kirby fan, the final boss is kind of amazing because I remember playing. It's like, oh, you're gonna fight, the final boss, and here's the big giant ending because Kirby games have to have like you think this is the end, but it goes like completely balls to the wall, insane big. Everything is like, wait, that looks like, oh shit, like, yeah. Okay, this point I will spoil. I don't want to spoil the story. I'll spoil the final boss. But
spoiler. Oh wait, you're not going to spoil the story. I want to spoil the story. The story's the coolest part.
Let me just say, I've personally only played a few levels of this game because it was Betsy's, and she just gave me some levels that she couldn't beat. But I actually watched her beat the final boss, and that final boss is fucking crazy. So,
props to Betsy.
So yeah, you have played the final boss, right?
Yeah. It was like a clock type deal.
I was going to say, I want to make sure that I don't spoil it. It's basically, if I remember, I think it's like a mechanical clockwork version of Nova from Kirby Superstar.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. Like, as soon as like that, why does that look familiar? And then I looked like, oh god, this is Nova from, I think it was Milky Way Wishes, who like tries to like conquer and digitize the galaxy. It's like, what?
Yeah.
God,
Kirby games? Like, why are you so deep?
Okay, now, but the story, like the fucked up tragic story, do you know that whole thing? I haven't played this game, so I don't know the characters. I only know like the broad strokes. But I remember reading like an article about it and being like, wow, Kirby games are really going for it on the like old boy level fucked up twists.
Oh my god, I would love a Kirby old boy crossover.
It's similarly tragic. There's no daughter fucking in the game, but it's
oh man, Waddle Dee.
It's still pretty fucked up, man. David, do you mind if I spoil this, or do you know enough of it to spoil it?
No, I do. I just don't feel comfortable spoiling it. But if you want to,
how many years has this game been out for?
Couple?
It's okay to spoil it at this point.
Okay. Yeah.
Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert! So, from what I understand, one of the villains of this game is some guy named Haltman.
Yeah, he like runs the company that's trying to like digitize and mechanize the world.
Yeah, he created a machine, and it ends up like causing all the problems of the game. And I don't know the full story of the game, but there's also a girl that works for the company whose name I can't think of offhand, but she's like
Susie, I believe.
Yeah, Susie, who's like villain adjacent. And like in the end, you're fighting these giant machines. And again, you find these details out through like pause screens in the game. They have descriptions of like backstory and stuff like that. And David, if you can fill this in without all the uhs and ums, go for it. I'm trying to remember it.
There's a part where like you think Haltman is going to be the villain because Susie is just kind of like his cute female robot secretary.
Right.
And then eventually like you end up fighting both of them, and then Susie kind of takes control. And Haltman, he says something like, oh, why did I build such a machine? Why did I do this? And, oh, this is awful. And it turns out, like, you find out that Susie is either, like, based upon or, like, a mechanical version of his daughter. So, like, he tried to bring his daughter back to life, and she ends up trying to take over the universe and mechanize everything.
Yeah, that's the thing. From what I understood, it's like, he gets defeated as like part of the battle with the giant machine, but he had created the machine because he lost his daughter in an accident. And then, but like his daughter comes back, she's Susie, but she like didn't tell him or something. So he's built this machine to bring her back. She's been back the whole time, or I guess possibly a robot version of her. And then he ultimately is killed by a machine that he used to like try to bring back his daughter who was there the whole time. It's like, oh no, that's terrible and fucked up. Like she could have just been like, hey dad, why don't we cool it on the machine? I'm right here. Like,
and then, you go into space and fight like a giant space cloud monster.
No, I love this shit, man. Kirby, man, yeah, it's good shit.
Kirby lore is amazing. That is a Wikipedia rabbit hole worth your time.
Yes, it is. Johnny, I assume you'll be reading that later tonight as you fall asleep.
Yep.
Just like
you're 100%
crying
right.
yourself to sleep. Boning up on Kirby Planet Robobot, which I do believe Johnny owns a 3DS and could play. So I think Johnny should play.
I think you should. No, it's an excellent game. It introduced a surprisingly fun ability because there was the doctor ability, there was like a psychic ability, and there was the poison. And poison's a lot of fun because it's a lot like the water ability. Like you just shoot clouds and streams and everything. But because it's poison, if you hit an enemy, it just constantly damages them.
Oh,
which is not something that there's ever been in a Kirby game before. So it really shakes up how you use it. And the hat that you get like a little headband with like a stream of poison above it. And the headband is shaped like a coral snake, which I thought was a really cute touch.
My only problem with that is Kirby games are adorable, and I would feel bad poisoning those poor characters.
Well, I mean, it's not like they're actually poisoned
in on a parasol, and then you fucking poison him, and he just like starts vomiting all over the place.
Yeah, eating them is okay.
Yeah, exactly. Sucking them up and making them disappear and stealing their abilities. That's one thing.
Making them feel like they have the flu for 2 to 3 days to suddenly just get better and then keel over dead with ricin is a terrible way to play a Kirby game.
Jesus, John.
I mean, all that happens is they get like a little purple tint to them and maybe like some bubbles. It's not like you see Mr. Frosty like vomiting up intestines or anything like that.
God, if you did.
That's, it's good, man. But still, I would feel bad. They're too darn cute.
I think you meant vomiting up ice testins.
There's the Johnny joke. Whew, the burden's been lifted from me. David, anything else on Planet Robobot?
No, it is an amazing game, and like I said, Johnny prepped the soundboard. I would go so far to say top 3 Kirby games.
Hot take.
There you have it, folks. David's bot take.
You're better than that, John.
Hot take.
I'm so not better than that, man. Let's keep it going.
Game 2.
right. So this is a shmup with a pretty unique gameplay mechanic. You can switch between different firing modes. You can fire forward, you can fire behind, you can fire simultaneous up and down, and you can fire in a 4-directional diagonal pattern.
I have to be careful when I turn this board over to not hit the erase button.
Tricky.
Yeah. Let's see a few answers here. Ooh, all right. So Alex says Zero Wing with a question mark, which is incorrect. Jesse says Raiden, which is incorrect. John says not Thunder Force, which is technically correct. And David says Hellfire, which is correct. Whoa!
I always get excited when I have a different answer from other people and I'm the last one to go because it makes me think that I guessed correctly.
Oh yeah, no, there's clues to figuring out when you've gotten the game correct. Mostly when we wait to announce your game last. But yeah, we should change that pattern up. But then it kind of ruins it if David got the wrong game.
Yeah, we got it correct. So the rest of the guys who I haven't announced are fucked.
Yeah, if I start with who got it right, everyone's going to pull their answer down. And I don't get to read any of the good, funny ones. Like,
come on, man! You know you want us to pull our answers down. What's
I'm always down to do that? No matter. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you said pants. You said answers. Okay,
it's a bad connection, David. I'm always just trying to bait you into this accidental GTT stuff, man.
So Hellfire is a shmup for the Sega Genesis. You're a ship in space and you're shooting things. That's basically the game. It's got pretty solid graphics, and I really dig this soundtrack. I'm not gonna lie, our 24/7 radio station. I got way into the weeds in investigating highly accurate Sega Genesis audio reproducing sound libraries, because the one we use is pretty good, but there's better. And I found some videos comparing like how different Sega Genesis models sound, because also another little-known fact is different models of the Sega Genesis have slightly different sound chips with slightly different output.
Oh my god.
The Model 1 is considered the best. The Model 2 is considered pretty trash. And this game, Hellfire, was used in one of those demo videos I watched, and I was like, this soundtrack is fucking amazing. Like, whoa.
No, it is, man. And actually, Alex wasn't far off, man. He said Zero Wing, which was made by the same developer. I don't remember where I saw it, but that company Toaplan or Toplin or however it's pronounced. They made a shitload of shmups.
Yeah.
And a lot of them have good soundtracks and are for like the Genesis and like the Z Spectrum and shit. And
Zero Wing is quite good because Zero Wing, as I'm sure you know, but maybe our listeners don't, Zero Wing is All Your Base Are Belong to Us.
So is that quite good?
Well, the localization's not quite
Someone's
good.
gonna stop the
Everything
bomb.
else, pretty
But
good.
the music is great.
Also,
Right.
Jesse, I want to take a moment to thank Jesse and appreciate you because everyone remembers All Your Base Are Belong to Us. No one remembers someone set us up the bomb, which
Someone set
I
us up
think
the
is
bomb,
a
okay.
better quote. I think that's hilarious.
I remember Launch Every Zig for Take Off Every Zig for Great Justice.
Yeah.
Yeah, for great justice. For
great
Oh,
justice.
shit. Is Zeroing where For Great Justice comes from?
Yes.
I legit did not know that.
Oh wow! So for those not in the
Fool.
know, because I don't own it
Wow.
anymore, I used
Digging
to own.
even deeper.
I used to own forgreatjustice.org. And for a long time, that was the unofficial Nescamos fan site that I ran. I still have a mirror of it up. If you go to FGJ, like for Great Justice, fgj.jrjrtech.com, you can find all
It's okay,
kinds of
John, they don't-
Nescamos stuff.
They don't need to know that. It has nothing to do with Hellfire.
Are you kidding me? Like, everyone is clearly concerned about what we were into in middle school on the internet.
Listen, everybody listening, the whole reason we're doing this podcast is because of the goddamn Nescamos. They're a major influence on us and what we do today, and everyone
also wanna
should.
know
Did you hear my first episode of Covered Up, for Christ's sake?
Yeah,
Jeez.
oh,
True,
you're right.
yeah.
But the Nescamos
I also want to
are
know how old David thinks we are.
the Nescamos
because
are the velvet
early
underground of this
40s?
podcast.
You know, David's made a few references to like things that happened in 2004 as though they were in middle school.
Yeah, I was
And
like,
then-
why were we drinking together?
Yeah, man. You know,
I just violated
Yeah.
a whole lot of laws.
Listen,
Jesus Christ.
I first saw the Nescamos when I was in Students Working Against Tobacco at a skimboard pro-am tournament in St. Augustine Beach.
Jesus Christ, John, that was the most St. Augustine thing anybody's ever said.
Yes.
Holy shit.
So I specifically remember that I was definitely in high school because I was one in SWAT and two had that huge crush on that Alex girl. You know, like that's definitely
But
2003 Johnny.
And you went to a skimboard contest.
Yeah,
I
pro-am
think Johnny
skimboard.
should have another drink, the way he's talking. Like, if we're going to relive high school memories, let's get him another old-fashioned.
So, Alex, as the one of us here who is not from Florida, how does what's your story on getting into video game music? Did it involve skimboarding
Hellfire?
or Hellfire at all?
I mean, I would say close, but actually not really. No, it has nothing to do with that.
Yeah, our experience is completely different than yours.
I mean, I think for you guys, maybe it's just a Florida thing, maybe a Southern thing. I mean, I'm from the North, so
Yeah.
Our thing is
I mean,
very.
it's like pretty much it's kind of like Canada up there, but not really.
Right. What's the Pennsylvania equivalent of like a fucking skimboarding competition? Like, what's a
Should we
specifically?
explain what
Hockey?
skimboarding is?
No. Just what is something that's very fucking specific to where you live? The only people from that area like really get. You know, like Oklahoma.
mining?
Oklahoma has noodling. If you don't know what noodling is, you've never been to Oklahoma.
Noodling is great.
Is it just playing a guitar?
No, noodling is that thing where you shove your you shove your fist into a catfish and rip it out of the water. Like in its-
I
through
thought
its
that was
mouth.
called catfishing.
Are there catfish
Oh,
in
that's the thing
Oklahoma?
that on the internet where you meet somebody, you talk for a while, and then you have them go somewhere else, and they're
It's
like,
a really good MTV show.
then you disappear.
Yeah, Alex has noodled a lot of women.
Wait, who said it was
Episode
women?
title.
Man, I was all upset because I was really hoping the episode title would be Meta Knight's Big Dick Energy, and now I get the feeling the episode title is Noodling.
Yeah, something about-
Alex
something
noodled a
about
lot of
noodling.
women.
So Alex, what is the Pennsylvania equivalent to noodling or a pro-am skimboard competition? Is it Canada?
That look of utter uncertainty.
It's
Seal?
okay, man. You know, it doesn't have to be something specific.
I was gonna say coal mining.
It's definitely not Pennsylvania specific.
The pirates.
Yeah, exactly. Black and yellow for
No, we
sports
try
team.
not to associate ourselves with the Pirates.
Right.
I mean, I live like 2 hours north of Pittsburgh. I mean, we're a city of great sports teams and the Pirates.
also the Pirates. But yeah, so all that is to say that none of us have anything to say about Hellfire. A fantastic shmup for the Sega Genesis. And yeah, I don't know, Johnny, you gotta bring us back around or keep us on track on this one. I don't know what to say.
Music is great, and if you look, I'll send a link to you guys of the video comparing the Model 1 Model 2 Genesis sound, and you'll hear the difference immediately between it.
Takeaways from this discussion: Teleplan, great music from shmup games in the late '80s. For Great Justice, the Neskimos fan site. Who are the Neskimos? Go check out Covered Up to find out. What is skimboarding? Maybe look into that if you're not from Florida.
What is skimboarding? It's similar to noodling.
Are we doing like
it's a lot like noodling, but it's a St. Augustine thing. It's like a regional dialect. And also the Pirates are apparently not good. So there's
it's kind of like impressive that they made so many shmups specifically in this time. Like within a 4-year period, there were like 40 shmups released minimum.
Yes.
Like for some reason it was just everywhere.
The 16-bit kind of era really lended itself to shmups because you could get a lot of shit on screen at once. You'd have like some great looking graphics compared to the previous generation. Things are overall faster. You had blast processing to speed things up a lot.
You got to say it.
I just feel like mascot platformers, beat 'em ups, and shmups were like the games of 89 to 92.
And sports games.
Right. And also RPGs.
So every game.
I feel like RPGs came out a little bit like later.
So RPGs existed in the Super. Like
they
started getting big.
existed, but like the golden age was like 93 to 96. Like tail end of the Super Nintendo into
Super Nintendo, buddy.
That's all for our future discussion podcast of various golden ages. Look forward to that. God, I wish I could come up with a decent title for that.
I don't know, the Golden Eye.
Or just like golden that age.
What are you trying to do?
No, don't worry about it. That does sound terrible and filthy. Johnny, should we keep talking about this or should we go to the next game?
We should go to the next game.
Oh, game 3.
Right.
I actually did not prepare any trivia for this, so I'm just winging it on the top of my head.
Welcome to Game That Tune.
Who's Johnny now?
I was gonna say, in classic Johnny fashion, Alex.
Oh God, what a
He's
dump.
the Johnny now.
Just like how this episode is, my debut appearance on Game That Tune, this game is actually the debut game from this indie game studio, and it's also the debut soundtrack for this composer.
Good enough.
So, how are you guys feeling?
Okay-ish?
Pretty good.
Surprisingly good.
Not excellent, but we'll see.
Johnny says, what does it say? Garden Gnome Carnage. That is incorrect. David says VVVVVV. That is also incorrect. Jesse and John have the right answer of The Messenger.
Why did I not think of that?
Son of a bitch.
It was sitting right there in front of you, man. Fantastic.
David and I were on the right track. Oh no, I'm not the right track because we got it wrong. We were on the same track.
Yeah.
Which is that, I was like,
track.
this sounds a lot like VVVVVV, but like I'm pretty sure I've used that before. So what else has this guy done? Oh, he did Garden Gnome Carnage. Okay, maybe that's it. Damn it.
Have you used VVVVVV before?
I have.
Absolutely, we have.
All right, well, now I feel even doubly like a dumbass, so I'm going to...
Soak it up, David. Soak it up.
I was going to make myself another drink to drown my sorrows in, but I want to be here
should.
for the messenger conversation, because
Yeah.
I've yet to play this
Go
game,
mix
but
a
I
drink,
want
man.
to play this game, because it looks fucking awesome.
It is awesome.
Ninjas.
Yeah. 8-bit
That's all I got.
ninjas
I
who
haven't
become
played it yet.
16-bit ninjas.
Yeah. Alex, you got to talk this one up, man, because, I actually never... I haven't started playing this one yet. I think I downloaded it around Black Friday because there was a sale on the Switch eShop, but I haven't actually touched this one. It's just sitting there in the backlog. Fucking Super Smash Brothers derailed everything for me.
Yeah, if anybody's been in the VGM podcast fans group, I've kind of really talked this game up like big time. Like I love this game. I mean, maybe this is a bit of a bold statement to say. I think it's as good as Super Smash Brothers Ultimate. Maybe one of the best games of 2018. I almost flubbed that right there. But everything.
Johnny, that's your
about it-
cue. That's your cue.
Yeah.
Hot take.
You did it, Alex. You got a hot take on the show.
The real test is, can you get a Mario 2 sound?
It's not that hard to do that.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of things you can do to get that. I'm going to save that for when he earns it.
Yeah. Johnny's the arbiter of the Mario 2 sound, and he doesn't throw it around all willy-nilly. Oh, no.
Yes, he does.
See? You had to earn it, man. You have to tell a lie.
Dire Crow in the Discord chat, he was asking, would you say Game of the Year 2018? And I would say yes.
Wow. Now,
Wow. Now
my
I feel
question
compelled to play it.
if they had called this game John Harrington, would I find it to be Game of the Year 2018? And I don't know. I might. Like, does it help that it's your namesake? I mean, is it an awesome game, or is it like
It
targeted
might seem
directly
like
at you?
I have some bias for it, but I mean, I guess that's how I kind of heard about this game, was because of the name. But I'm really glad I did find out about this game because, like I said, this game is amazing. It's just one of those games where like everything is just great about it. The gameplay, the music.
Yeah. So it's so for those not in the know, which I don't know who would not be in the know at this point if you're listening to this show, it's a ninja game, and the only things I know about it is at some point it starts out in your 8-bit, and then something happens, and you go into the 16-bit world, and it's ninja platforming stuff, and the music is dope. Like, it took some time to grow on me, because when I first started listening to it, I'm like, soundtrack's fine, and then I'm like, no, wait, this soundtrack's kind of like an earworm, like banger-ass soundtrack. I'm kind of digging it.
Well, the thing that I really find cool about the game is it starts off like a Ninja Gaiden throwback, and then like halfway through the game it just turns into a Metroidvania, and that you're able to like go through like these portals to switch back and forth between two different time periods, which they're represented by 8-bit and 16-bit.
Oh.
Like the graphics would change and also the music. So if you were wondering why like that first track was 8-bit sounding and then like the last two was 16-bit, that's why.
Yeah. No, the soundtrack's really cool, and I do like it's like a fun way of doing like a modern kind of retro game. Like I don't know why. Like once this came out, I just immediately thought like, man, why the fuck didn't like every game recently like that was an 8-bit like remake game do this? Like, why don't we have a 16-bit like Shovel Knight Dimensions or some shit? Like, it just it's too good of an idea for this to have been like the game to like roll it out, and I'm just like that needs to happen all the time. Like a Mega Man Dimensions or I'm trying to think of games that get like.
See, that just makes me think remakes. Of Mega Man Universe, and now I'm sad.
Okay, I'm sorry for that, David. I do apologize. But like think about like I know they would never do it because like they're in the business of making cheap cash-ins, but like that Disney Saturday morning like collection or whatever, like think if they had the 8-bit like Tailspin game, but you could like flip a button and go into like a nice 16-bit Tailspin game. Like
I'm thinking
pretty fucking cool. Like
if they combine I'm sorry, Johnny, I'm going to cut you off. If they combine like the messenger mechanic with that Wonder Boy remake, where you could swap between like the pixelated graphics and hand-drawn animation, like, but if that was, I'm kind of going off that Disney idea of like, if that was a part of the game where like you're in an 8-bit world and somehow you have to jump out into the real world and it becomes like hand-drawn animation and then you jump back into the game into pixelated form.
Yeah, actually, that'd be pretty great. Like 3 dimensions, 8-bit, 16-bit, and then like Dragon's Trap, like
damn it,
cartoon.
Did they do
That's
that?
Where I was going.
Final Fantasy VIII on 3DS. I thought they did something like that, or going to.
I know there was. I want to say it was like a Dragon Quest remake or something, where like the top screen was all like really beautiful, like updated sprite graphics and everything, and the bottom screen was like the overworld map, and it was in 8-bit.
Yeah.
I dig it.
I wish more game studios would kind of like play with this idea, like multiple graphic styles for storytelling purposes.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and get David to like bust his nut all over the camera. A Shantae game in which you alternate between, the cartoonish art style, 8 bits and 16 bits. How's it taste?
That's the most beautiful thing I've ever heard.
You can't control stuff, folks.
Oh God! Like because WayForward's so good about their sprite animations, and then they got like hand-drawn vision. Oh God!
Well, they did that in one of the games. They had a level that was straight out of the Game Boy Color game, didn't they? In
they did.
Pirate's Curse.
In I don't remember if it was. I think it was Pirate's Curse.
It was
Pirate's
like one of the because that's literally the only one I played. And I remember doing that level.
There was like a hidden room in one of the dungeons that was straight up like a recreation of the Game Boy Color dungeon.
Ooh, and they could actually WayForward with Shantae thing could go like 4 dimensions, 4 bits for Game Boy, 8 bits for NES, 16 bits, and then beautiful, colorful cartoon art style. And
when you said 4th dimension, I thought you were gonna somehow make the console like make you time travel, like in real life.
You're just not thinking 4th dimensionally.
Isn't that what we're doing here? Talking about shifting between dimensions and bit styles and things like that. Isn't that kind of a central tenet of the Messenger?
See, now that you're talking about that, and this is the last tangent, and then we can get back to the Messenger. Like talking about the different graphical styles of Shantae. Now, all I really want is like a Super Shantae Maker, where like Game Boy Color sprites and like HD animation are the different forms you can make the level in.
Yeah, no, they need to apply the Maker model to every platforming game ever, because
including the Messenger.
Yes, the Messenger Maker would be fantastic because making some ninja games.
Segue.
He's right, but so Alex, I'm assuming you played this game like front to back. If it's in your Game of the Year discussion, I have to assume it's fantastic. So soundtrack. Ninjas, Metroidvania, bits. I mean, it sounds like it's right up everybody's alley. Like, I don't know.
I mean, I definitely recommend the game. Like, I just been praising it for, when did it come out? Like August? Yeah, ever since August, I've been like, stop what you're doing, play this fucking game.
Oh yeah, I forgot that actually.
Would you say it is?
Yeah, speak to the difficulty, because ninja games, I think, are famously difficult in the 16-bit pantheon.
The game's not really too difficult. I mean,
So it's manageable.
there's some sections where maybe you'll deal with some tough platforming, or maybe a boss fight or two. Kind of frustrated me, but it's really not too bad. But I mean, the game is not like a total breeze either.
Okay,
so
cool.
Yeah, it shouldn't be. Yeah, it just
Ninja Gaiden's hard as fuck.
Yeah. See, and I feel like Ninja Gaiden, it's hard, but I don't think it's hard with like some modern, whatever the word is. Like, if there's no game overs at play in Ninja Gaiden, I feel like it's less hard. Like if you're just kind of going back a level, like how Sonic games to me used to be hard, and then I played Sonic Mania and I actually managed to beat it. It's like, if you can like save your progress and just kind of keep trying the same level over again, it's I feel like some of these older games aren't quite as hard. So maybe the Messenger, like it's hard and it's rewarding for its challenge, but like with some modern stuff to it, maybe it's just modern game design that makes things less hard. But I don't know, because I haven't played it. It's just sitting there. I really should play it. If I had known this was going to be on the show tonight, I would have played it by now. I mean, geez.
I'm actually glad that you brought that up, because I mean, there's not like lives or anything, in that game, and like really your only punishment for dying is every time you die, you get taken back, I guess, in time back to a checkpoint by this like little demon guy, and he's like, okay, I brought you back to life, but I'm going to follow you around for a little bit. And he, like, the currency in the game, it's like these little crystal things called time shards or something like that. And like, as you're like grabbing these, as the little guy is following you, he'll just like take them and be like, oh, okay, well, you paid me off now. I'm going to go away.
I like it. I like it a lot. That's it's reminiscent of Shovel Knight's thing, which when I played Shovel Knight was so it made me really happy that they used that system instead of lives. Like you fall into a pit, your gold goes flying out, and like you lose some gold. That's your lives. You can maybe go back and get the gold and like keep going. If you lost it in a really shitty position, you can't. It's gone. Moving on. But it's like as long as you got some loot, you got some lives. I think it's a much better system than just making people collect lives or having a finite number of lives before a big punishing game over happens. So yeah, I like it when.
I was gonna say, you die in the Messenger, you go back to a checkpoint, and you just lose some of your currency. So it's essentially Super Mario Odyssey.
That too, yeah. Mario Odyssey totally borrowed that.
I was gonna say, so the Messenger and Mario Odyssey practically the same game.
Yes, exactly.
You heard it here first, folks.
Damn it, we retired that bit.
I have a question before we move on.
We're bringing it out because we have a special guest.
This has been bothering me for a few minutes.
Of the show.
For the past few minutes, this has really been bothering me. John, you say you beat Sonic Mania. Have you beaten it with every single character in their own save file? Like, have you beaten it with Sonic, and with Knuckles, and with Tails, and with May, and with Ray, and with Mighty, and Mania
Certainly
mode?
Not.
You have not beaten Sonic Mania, my friend.
Okay, well, I'm sorry to insult the Sonic guy around here, but I'm saying that I've literally
when
never
John
played
says he
to
beat
the
Sonic
ending.
Mania, he's seen the ending.
Exactly.
I
got that reward. I got that one screen where it's Sonic like.
You've seen a ending.
Spoiler, jeez.
Yeah. You tell me there's another ending?
In Mania
Son of a bitch.
In Mania mode, yes, there is.
You telling me you beat a Sonic game and you get a picture of Sonic giving you a thumbs up? What the hell, man?
Whoa. Have you been it with
they're really integrating the Sonic fan art in these Sonic games now. Jeez.
Exactly. That whole Sonic game was just Sonic fan art.
You got to beat it without all the Chaos Emeralds and with all the Chaos Emeralds. There's always two different endings based on your Chaos
Ronnie,
Emeralds.
you know goddamn well I didn't beat it with any Chaos Emeralds.
I have never gotten all the Chaos Emeralds. And the only time is when I found out that sound test code on Sonic 2. I was like, finally, I could be Super Sonic.
So anyway, we allowed Johnny to whip his big old Sonic discussion into the middle of the messenger. So
I don't think that's the D word you were gonna use.
yeah, it's big old wobble, fantastic discussion. It's all over this discussion. So Alex, anything else on the messenger before we keep going to the next game?
Stop watching the stream and buy the game.
No,
He's right.
Wait,
Alex, as a guest on Game That Tune, I want to be the first to officially ask you this question. How much would you be willing to pay for the messenger?
Full price.
Is it on Switch?
Yes, it is on Switch. I mean, other than PC, it's a Switch exclusive. I mean, Nintendo really won out on that.
Yeah, that's a good look for them.
I mean, I think it's normally on there for $20, and I mean, I would easily pay $60 for it.
Cool.
Shit.
Wow.
Yeah, that is high praise, man. Because
I was thinking of like upwards of $8, maybe $10. So like 60. That's high praise.
See, I think I caught it on the Black Friday sale. I think I had been doing a bunch of online shopping with like a bunch of Christmas alcohol in my system, and it was making me feel really generous. So I downloaded it. I think I maybe paid $14. And it was like, yeah, fuck it, that's good. I want to support it, but like not wait forever for a sale. So like, it's I'm sure the game justifies the price. That's the thing. I mean, you think about how much $20 is really. Like, it's nothing. Just
$20 is like one person's trip to the movie with popcorn. Like,
yeah,
if you live in an area with cheap theaters, it might just be your ticket.
Yeah. So, a couple of good hours with some popcorn and some fun that happens in the dark, or some time at home with the messenger. It's your decision.
What
really
kind of fun?
Johnny, let's keep it going to game 4.
Game 4.
So, this game and its sequel are, despite the name, unrelated to the long-running British television series. Excuse me. All right, so who's feeling great?
Oh, I'm feeling great.
Yeah.
You should be feeling great after those fucking tunes, because my mission tonight was pick a soundtrack that absolutely fucks, and yeah, I think I did it, regardless of the quality of this game. So, David says Captain America and the Avengers, which is sadly incorrect, but my favorite long-running British television series. Jesse says, Are You Being Served? My second favorite long-running British television series. And Johnny and Alex both have the correct answer. It's Top Gear. Yes, that long-running British television series. Yeah. So let's talk Top Gear, the long-running British television series.
Say the series or the game?
I like when they drive that 3-wheeled car and it flips over all the time and they have to get out and pick it up.
The Reliant Robin.
Fun. Okay, so fun fact, story time with me. I'm American. And I've never watched an episode of Top Gear.
Surely you jest.
Yeah. So I've been really trying to suppress my British accent for all these years. I refuse to believe it. Yeah, and back come the Connery accents. Oh no, what have I done? Top Gear, the British television series. I know it involves cars, and it's been on for like 40 fucking years, and it's British, so I assume it involves manners as well. Not my flavor. Top Gear, the SNES game, however, totally my flavor. It's very simple, very Christmas present from grandma. It's a basic ass game, and I love it, man. It's delish. Did any of you guys play this one?
I did not.
I mean, you played Outrun, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
that game's awesome.
Once or twice. Did you play? I'm speaking exclusively to the like Z Spectrum and Amiga owners here. Did you play the Lotus series?
Of course. In the US, we
Oh,
all
man.
loved our ZX Spectrums.
Yeah, John, tell us all about your
Like
favorite
banging
Spectrum.
Amiga.
Amiga games.
The fact that you call it the Z Spectrum.
I can't help it.
He's letting his Britishness shine.
Exactly. Top Gear, help!
James,
I can't help
help
but call it
me.
the Z Spectrum. Oh man. Yeah, no. So Top Gear is for the SNES. It's developed by a company called Gremlin Graphics, which later became Infogrames, which is a name that I hate saying because it feels like I'm mispronouncing it. I think I did mispronounce it. I think it's Infogrames.
It's weird.
Regardless, it's a very
Is that
British.
Infograms?
I don't know, man. It's a British company, and they don't make games anymore because they chose a series of very unfortunate names. And so they made a series called Lotus, based on the cars Lotus. It's like the Lotus brand of cars. They make race cars and sports cars. And they were like, hey, we should make a racing game for Amiga and Z Spectrum and shit and Commodore 64. And so Gremlin Graphics picked that up. And then somebody was like, hey, the SNES is popular in America. Maybe you should put a little Top Gear in that mix. And so they were like, okay, cool. We'll just call Lotus Top Gear and put it on there. And that's what it is. It's a racing game. Similar to Outrun. There's really, it's like it's a slightly less charming version of Outrun. It's fun though, man. I had this game back in the day. It's just fast. And it's like fun up and down mode 7 style racing. It's got the same forced fucking perspective as Mario Kart, which I had kind of forgotten about. You can only do the horizontal split screen, like even when you're playing one player. Down below, there's a shot. It's like it follows a computer car. It's like, all right, I'm John. I've entered my name. I'm on the top screen, and then it's like, computer number 1 on the bottom screen, and it just follows them the whole time. I'm like, shouldn't that be a map or like like a rear view mirror or something? Or should I be able to use the full screen here?
Yeah,
No.
that's
It just it forced that perspective. But the racing was fun, man. It was fast. You race all over the world. There's like America tracks and Japan tracks and like European tracks and then like British tracks. And it's tough to master because as you get further on in the game, it's strange as it sounds to say this, they tried to go for a realistic racing thing on the SNES. So it's like you got to choose a car and make sure you monitor your fuel consumption and like pull over for a pit stop. And fucking like when you pull over for a pit stop, it goes into like a different like overhead mode and it shows you like pull in, and then it just shows like your fuel meter's going up, and as it is, your fucking rank is like going down as other cars pass you. I'm just like, why would anybody ever include this in a game? Like, fuck worrying about your gas.
Yeah.
I just want to keep driving. But and it is cute though, because when you pull out of the pit stop and you've lost like 5 places, a little speech bubble comes out of the car and just says "arg." And I'm like, yeah,
Arg.
that's what I think when I'm doing a little road race. Like, I had to stop and get gas. Arg.
A lot of people like those sim racing games, but I've always preferred the arcadey ones.
Exactly. Like, I guess I could find it'd be fun to find a little balance in it, but you got to make like the fueling up like a mini game or something that I can accomplish. Like I can fuel up faster by like beer bonging the gas into the fucking tank. Like, there's got to be a way to make this go quicker. Like, just throw the gas on me and I'll keep driving. Like,
You're
I don't know how
the
cars
gas.
work. It's an odd inclusion, but yeah, it's a fun game, and the best part about it, I think, ultimately, is that the last circuit is like the British circuit, and one of the tracks is Loch Ness, and guess who's in the background of the
Oh
track?
my god, that
Jeremy
sounds
Clarkson.
amazing.
Yes, Jeremy Clarkson, whoever that is.
One of the hosts of Top Gear, John.
God damn it!
I like how you're talking about like how this is more of like a sim race game and it doesn't have those arcadey aspects. And then your final point is the Loch Ness Monster shows up.
Cameo by the Loch Ness Monster.
Who may have been Jack the Ripper.
Yeah, so that it's realistic. It makes sense.
Yeah,
So
we've all
on
seen
that
it,
track-
and it's real. Yeah.
Like when you pull over, does he like try to go up to your car and he's like, I want tree fitty?
Hey, man.
Oh, dude, if the Loch Ness Monster was your pit crewman on the Loch Ness track, like that goddamn Loch Ness Monster.
I like the idea of it just like operating the little like tire changing rivet gun by like holding it in its mouth and just using that to pull it off.
I like the idea of like literally pulling over at the Loch Ness stage and having it waste your time with like him asking for money. That's actually a really funny idea. Like, I'm losing ranks here, Loch Ness Monster. I gotta go.
Have you filled up my
I'll put your
gas?
tires
Have
back
you still
on.
need that 350?
Just be about tree fitting. Oh, Jesus.
Damn you, Loch Ness Monster.
Get out of here, Loch Ness Monster.
It speaks to the longevity of South Park that reference holds up something 20 years later. Like it's a long time ago, and I love it. But yeah, no, in the background, like that's the thing. Ultimately, the visuals are kind of bland, but like they throw in random things. Like there's a Hollywood or there's a Los Angeles course, and you pass the Hollywood sign like 20 times. And like in the Loch Ness course, it's just there's some rolling green hills and some blue, and then like a little neck sticking up out of it, and that's the Loch Ness Monster. It's like, all right, I like
Now,
this place.
Is there a head attached to the neck, or is it just a neck?
It's so far in the distance.
Okay.
It's probably like 10 pixels total. Like there is no detail on this bitch.
It could be anything.
I thought it was
could
just
be like
gonna
a
the neck,
log or
like it was-
something.
It could be a log or like some kind of submersible with a thing
Or
sticking
that
up.
Clark guy, I don't know.
Jeremy Clarkson.
Yeah,
You
that-
really
that
can't
guy.
tell from this bit quality.
See, I'm just
But,
imagining like a headless Loch Ness Monster, like the Loch Ness Monster of Sleepy Hollow,
Yes,
with a flaming pumpkin on top of a giant dinosaur neck.
yes, Ichalok Monster. Not the case in this one, but yeah, the sequel apparently fixed that. They finally figured out how to not force the 2-player perspective, so like you got some more detail in the backgrounds of these games. But by then it was like 1994, and who the fuck wanted to play Top Gear 2? But yeah, the game's fun, man. It's cool. The soundtrack is great. That's why I love sometimes preparing for this show, because you get to do a deep dive on some really obscure shit. And so the guy that composed this game, his name's Barry Leach. British guy who worked for like, Gremlin Graphics or whatever, and he composed a bunch of Z Spectrum and fucking Commodore 64 shit. And then later on, apparently this game and other Outrun style games have such a following, they released a Switch game just recently called Horizon Chase Turbo. And I want to get it, quite frankly. We were talking earlier about games that are worth $20, like The Messenger. I'm not sure if Horizon Chase is that, but it's like a new version of Top Gear or Outrun. And they got the same guy who composed Top Gear to come back and make a new soundtrack, including a remix of the Top Gear theme, which was one of the songs I played. And he's like this really sweet middle-aged British guy. He apparently was able to contribute so much to the production that they hid something in the code of this new Horizon Chase game where at a certain point it unlocks and it's a marriage proposal to his girlfriend. The guy's just such a nice man. Like it's like you fucking put in the right code, and when the race starts, it just doesn't do anything, and it's a fucking like sweet saccharine marriage proposal. It's like, whoa, man! Like, hold the fuck up. This is way more than I expected from looking into Top Gear. Like, I remember this as a racing game I played when I was 7, and then it's like this man's whole life revolved around Top Gear for a time. Like, apparently the game was big in Brazil. Like, there's Top Gear's deep. Not too deep, but like strangely deep. I love, that's why I love doing this show. You find out some weird shit. So Shout out to Barry Leach for a great soundtrack, and congratulations on your marriage proposal that you buried in a modern remake of Top Gear.
Yeah, I hope she found it.
Yeah, she doesn't even play this game.
He's like,
that would be
"Why
really
won't she
humiliating.
message
And
me?"
actually, the funny thing is though, the new game Horizon Chase got like a following, and people found the marriage proposal before the girlfriend. But they like tweeted like kind of covertly about it, like, hey, yo Barry, what's up, man? What's up with this this thing we found? He's like, please don't say anything about that just yet.
You know she's dead, right?
But yeah, so they like kept the secret until she actually played the game.
Nice.
Yeah, so it's it's sweet, man. Top Gear is just the game that sparked this whole crazy thing. It's a very basic bitch fucking Super Nintendo racing game with a dope fucking soundtrack that, some British man decided, yeah, I'm going to propose to my girlfriend in the fucking remake of this game. Like, it's nuts. I love it.
That'll show her.
And should Horizon Chase Turbo ever go on sale, I'll totally buy it. I'm not paying $20 for it, for real, though. It's not $20.
Yeah, take
Would
that.
you say it's worth $350?
It's David. It's worth significantly more than $350. So,
Game
Johnny,
5.
thank you.
All right, so this game was the subject of an overwhelming number of negative American reviews. GameSpot said it was a really, really terrible game. XPlay said it was a waste of time and money. Electronic Gaming Monthly said that someone crapped in a jewel case and passed it off as a game.
奇跡を感じて生きる喜びそして悲しみすべて勇気の源になる君よ走れ忘れないさ離れても魂呼び合うから約束しよう千年の時を超えても巡り合うと未来の階段つまずいてふと傷つくとしても君は大丈夫命ごとまた強くなれるはず長い宇宙の営みの中人は自分と進化してく歩いてゆこう乗り越えた痛みを誇りにして約束しようやがてまた青い地球で巡り合うと君の心の奥に消えぬ宇宙があれば僕は光になっていつだって飛んでくにいるよ離れても魂君と共に約束しようとこしえに同じ夢を目指すことを
How is everybody feeling?
surprised by your selection, quite frankly. But
Really?
for the record, I'm into it.
Well, do we have any guesses? I mean, that is part of the show.
Everybody else Googled crap in a jewel case.
Ooh, okay. We got David with E7. That's
YSV.
incorrect. YSV. Johnny says that game I made. No, he did not make any game. And then Alex and John with the correct answer, Dragon Ball Z Ultimate Battle 22.
That's fucking crazy.
which if you unlock the bonus characters, the title screen will say Ultimate Battle 27.
No shit.
Yeah.
It's not even the right name.
Well, just that after you unlock the bonus characters, though.
Now I'm curious.
Wait, is 22 and 27 the number of characters in the game?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought this was the 22nd game in the series.
No.
I mean, close, but no.
It probably is.
Now I'm curious, John. What game did you make, or are you insinuating that you at some point took a crap into a jewel case?
It could be both.
That was the game.
Yeah.
See, the disc inside the case is why your game didn't work. Like, you got to actually make the game and like press a copy of it. You can't just literally shit into the jewel case. You got to program the game, John. Man, Dragon Ball Z Ultimate Battle 22.
Oh boy!
Wow.
So okay, this game. First off, originally when I first played this game, I had fondness for it, but that was because Dragon Ball Z games weren't something just hanging off the shelves, you know.
Right.
Like I think like this game did get an American release, as did Final Bout GT, and that game's not great either. But but that's, you know, as far as Dragon Ball Z games, that's what we had, and me and my Anthony, we were really big into Dragon Ball Z at the time. And so he had modded his PlayStation, and we had gotten a burned copy of it somehow. And we played that game, and you know, I feel like I knew it was bad, but at the same time, I was getting to play as Vegeta, and so that was, you know.
Yeah, man. Playing as Vegeta cures what ails you.
The thing is, though, like, man, like, okay, here's how it's shitty. Like, the backgrounds are just boring.
Well, no, hold on. So, you know, the reason it's shitty is that it's a PlayStation 1 Dragon Ball Z game that was released in America in 2003.
Well, yeah.
That's why it's shitty. They apparently took 8 years to crank this thing out for America.
Yeah, we played the Japanese version.
Right, yeah, yeah. I love the idea that, like, you know, they were like, you know, we only got like a year left before we publish that Budokai thing, but man, people are really kind of clamoring for some DBZ shit. It's like, I don't know, man. You want to just fucking send over that PlayStation 1 game that we have? Yeah, fuck it, send it. Like,
which was published by Infogrames in the United States too.
The Top Gear people. Motherfucker, what a connection. Unintentional.
Yeah.
And that's why Infogrames is fucking out of business. Like, you published a bunch of Top Gear and then you sent over an 8-year-old DBZ game to America. You know, Japan got them good, man. They punked them good.
Like, to be honest, my biggest problem with this game is the moves. Like, there were no actual beam moves. Like, when Goku does his Kamehameha, he just shoots a fireball, and it's like, have you ever seen Dragon Ball Z? Like, everyone's move is like Final Flash is a big fucking beam. That's why they like clash and stuff. And it made no sense to me because Super Nintendo had a Hyper Dimension, and that had some sweet looking beams on that game. And
yeah, man, DBZ's kind of all about the beams. Like, you know, what the fuck do you have without beams? Like, balls, but not. I don't know. Yeah, see, it makes no sense for you to be able to control a ball and like push it and like, you know, fight with your rival once it's out of your hands. Makes more sense with a beam. Like, you know, it's the visual language of Dragon Ball Z.
I mean, they had fireballs and stuff, and that's well and good. But when Goku or someone else does a beam type weapon, do the fucking beam. Or like Krillin's Destructo disc should look like a fucking disc, some kind of more of an oval looking ball of fire. But nope, it looks stupid too. Like everyone's moves look stupid in this game, and it's like, come on.
Ouch. It hurts, man.
Yeah.
It's a goddamn shame. Because I don't know. This really could have put Dragon Ball Z over the top here in America. Like this game was fantastic, or this game was, really something, and American audiences were clamoring for it. They needed a reason to love Dragon Ball Z, not just Toonami. Toonami wasn't enough. People didn't love Dragon Ball Z. They needed this game.
Well, they sure do now. So
yeah,
everything's back the way it should be.
So Johnny, I'm coming to you, man. Tell me your favorite fighter not featured in Dragon Ball Z Ultimate Battle 22. Who got left off the roster, Haas?
Well, I was really disappointed when they didn't have Zangief in the game, because he's probably the best fighter.
Damn it! I should have known this would backfire. You just watch Ralph Breaks the Internet too. You got Zangief on the brain.
I have actually not seen that movie yet. I really need to. It looks really good.
Yeah, it's fine. No, Zangief sadly is not in
great.
The game. It's
okay,
good. David, you're the big Dragon Ball Z guy.
It's a Dragon Ball Z game on PlayStation 1. That's why I've had so much to say.
It's stuck inside David's wheelhouse. He can't get it out.
Although I have looked up the roster for this game, and I am incredibly upset that there is one character not on this roster. I don't see Mr. Satan.
Yeah, he's in the game.
Is he?
Yeah, he doesn't have a strength meter because he doesn't use Kai and stuff, and he flies around on a little jetpack.
Oh yeah, he's unlockable. He's one of the 27. He's not one of the initial 22.
Oh, okay. I was looking at the initial roster. Okay.
But
well,
thank God.
Then it has Mr. Satan, yeah.
Gotta have Mr. Satan.
So this is gonna make or break my interest in the game. How many times has over 9,000 been said in that game?
It's a fair question.
I don't think there's any like Is there dialogue? That's weird.
That's
zero.
It's funny that Alex brought that up, because one of the things about Ultimate Battle 22 is that when they sent it to America, they didn't localize it. They, instead of localizing it, cut all the dialogue. So all the pre-battle banter and people talking shit, it's just not there. It's just like a PlayStation 1 fighting game with Dragon Ball Z characters, and they don't talk. I'm like, that's a terrible choice.
Yeah, hold on.
No wonder I got bad reviews.
I've only seen like 1 or 2 episodes of Dragon Ball Z, but my recollection is that the show is about 22 minutes of talking about fighting and then 2 minutes of fighting. So I feel like that by cutting all the talking about fighting out of the game, you're doing a disservice to your fan base.
Well, I mean, no, by cutting all the talking out of the show, you've created a fighting game. But that's how that works. No, but yeah, Dragon Ball Z famously, back in the day, back when we had to deal with those fucking long arcs, yes, there were a lot of charge ups and then a lot of cuts. A lot of cuts to Bulma being like, "Oh no, what are we gonna do?" It's like, no, go back to the fight. I was invested in that. Don't go to Bulma right now.
I just remember tuning in one time, and there's a guy just flying around the world the whole episode, and I was like, I don't understand what this is.
Yeah, look at the Dragon Balls.
One of my favorite memories of watching Dragon Ball Z and realizing I was far too invested in the show. It was right around the time that Toonami was airing the Android saga in America, and one of the androids, I believe it was Android 18. No, 19 or 20. One of the ones that gets blown up. He's got Yamcha in like a chokehold or something, and I'm like, oh man, this is about to get good. He's about to like blow his fucking stomach off or something. He's gonna blast this motherfucker. And my buddy Cole comes over to the house and he's like, John, what are you doing, man? Come on, let's go. Let's we gotta like go somewhere. I'm like, nah, man, I gotta watch this. It's gonna shit's about to get real. Come on, hang out, watch the fucking show with me. And instead of anything happening, nothing happened, and it went to the next episode. And Cole was pissed because he spent like 18 minutes watching the show with me, and then we like rode bikes to go to someone else's house. Like, literally nothing happened.
See, I never got into
like, anime shame moments.
I could never get into Dragon Ball, and I tried because I had a friend in high school who was like super, super into it. He's like, oh, you gotta watch. It's like, yeah, okay, like anime, all about fighting. Like, I could get into it. No, it wasn't you. It was a guy I went to high school with.
Right.
And he's like, no, you got to get into it. It's like, and then once they get to the Frieza arc, it's like, and Goku squares off against Frieza. It's like, oh, that sounds like a dramatic fight. It's like, yeah. And then, on episode 4 of the fight, it's like, I'm sorry. What? It's like, there's 4 episodes.
Well, yeah, Frieza has like multiple forms and stuff, dude.
Yeah, dude.
So you just like have like intense like fighting. It's like, well, no, like it's like a 10-minute fight, but across these 6 episodes, like, no.
Yeah. Joke's on you, man. That fight takes like 30 episodes. It's so long. It's dope.
It's good though. It's good though.
My entire summer. It was so worth it though.
I love Dragon Ball Z.
Jesus, I fucking love it too, man. I'm glad it's cool again. Dragon Ball FighterZ was dope. And I haven't watched any Super yet, but like I need to get
one of
back
the
into
movies in the theater. That was wild seeing Dragon Ball Z on a movie screen.
See, yeah, like I found out about like Resurrection F way too late. I was like, wait, hold up. They made a Dragon Ball Z movie and it's about bringing back Frieza? Like, no, why didn't anybody tell me? Like, that's my fucking movie. And then, no, I missed it, so I had to watch it at home, and it was dope. But like, yeah, if they have an American release of like Super Broly, I'm there. Like, I'm not missing Dragon Ball Z in the theater again.
It's
come on,
crazy.
it's just so big and stupid.
I know,
It's
you're
the
like
best. Look at all those muscles. They don't
You're
even make sense anymore.
You're a teenager again, right there, just like, oh fuck.
And all the fun that happens in the dark at the movie theater.
Yeah.
Moving to game 6 somehow. So no, Dragon Ball's dope, and it takes forever unless you're playing in fighting game form, in which case it's all right. In which case it's just nonstop action the way you want it to be, unless they release a PlayStation 1 game in 2003. That's a big problem. But yeah, it's it's fucking fantastic. So Johnny, are we going to the calculating computer, or do we need to go to my back pocket plan of a lightning round to settle this episode?
Lightning round.
Dun, dun, dun. Okay, folks, we got a lightning round. We're closing out 2018. It's our first episode of 2019. So I had to bring a lightning round just in case. And we're talking about the best games of 2018. It's a little too early in the year to quantify like what was the best and what was the best selling games of 2018. But that's not going to stop me from administering this lightning round, because guess who published a fantastic and helpful list? Everybody take your hands off your keyboards. No more Googling.
Shit.
Of the best selling video game stuff of 2018. My man Amazon, always there with a fantastic list. So I've got the top 20 selling games on Amazon.com from 2018. And I'm going to take 5 off the list because 5 of the games didn't come out in 2018. They came out in 2017.
I was going to ask, since it's Amazon, are we including like pre-orders for 2019 or?
We are not.
Okay.
And I'll tell you the games that are coming off the list. Number 5, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Number 6, Super Mario Odyssey. Number 10, Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Number 13, Minecraft for Nintendo Switch specifically. And number 14, Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze, also for Nintendo Switch specifically.
I'm sensing a pattern.
Maybe you should use that pattern to your advantage in the lightning round, in which we are now going to name the remaining 15 games, the top 15 of 2018. I wish I had gone to 18, but the list didn't go that far. So we're going to start with the low man on the totem pole, which surprisingly is David Fleming. So
Super Smash Brothers Ultimate.
Super Smash Brothers Ultimate. Do you have a guess on where it is on the list?
Isn't it number 1?
It is number 1 on the list of best-selling games on Amazon for the year. I think it's because they offered it at a discount.
I was going to say best-selling games of 2018, and it was released December 7th.
Yes. Okay, so Smash Bros. Is number 1. Johnny, give me another game from the list.
Red Dead Redemption 2.
Yes. Despite his Star Fox accent, Red Dead Redemption 2 is on the list at number 2. Alex, you are next. Give me another game from this list.
I'm going to say a little indie title called Call of Duty Black Ops 4.
The man knows his COD blops. He's right. That is actually number 8 on the list. Jesse, what do you got for us, man?
God of War.
God of War. A lot of people's game of the year, number 9 on the list. David?
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man, also known as Marvel's Spider-Man, is number 4 on the list. You're correct. Johnny?
Did Super Mario Odyssey come out this year?
It did not. I actually explicitly took that off the list prior to the lightning.
Oh, man. Was there a Pokemon game? Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu?
Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu, number 7 on the list.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alex, what do you got for us?
Mario Tennis Aces?
Mario Tennis Aces, surprisingly, high on the list at number 12. Essie?
Monster Hunter World.
Monster Hunter World, sadly, depressingly so, not in the top 20. And again, this is an Amazon published list of their bestsellers. So maybe it was the bestseller somewhere else, like Japan, at like a retail store, but not on this list, unfortunately. David.
God, what the hell else came out this year?
Nothing else. The lightning round is over.
Super Mario Party.
Super Mario Party. Got a guess on that spot?
Have we used 3? 3? It's up there.
It's 3. It's surprisingly
3.
not. Johnny, what do you got for us, man?
Every year, Madden is a safe bet.
It's a very safe bet, and it's not on this list.
Oh!
Alex, what do you got, man?
I forgot what version of Pokemon Johnny said, so I'm going to say the other one, which I think is Eevee.
Yes, Johnny said, let's go Pikachu, and Alex takes let's go Eevee, the less popular version. I can't imagine why. Jesse,
not according to my friends list.
Yeah, exactly. People fucking like Eevee. I don't know, man. I didn't support that. Jesse, what do you got?
Fortnite.
Oh,
I think
it's not on this list.
I think that's free, isn't it?
I mean, I think it officially came out this year, but I still think it qualifies as free. And for the record, you guys have taken the top 9 games on the list, so we are down to the bottom half of this list. And I'm going to be impressed when you guys get any of these. So, David, what do you got for us, man?
Octopath Traveler?
Amazingly, and so happily for me, Octopath Traveler is on the list at number 17.
Well, I mean, I'm just trying to think of Switch games that came out this year.
That's a good idea. Johnny, what do you got for us, man?
The Messenger?
That is a digital game, and therefore does not need to be purchased on Amazon. So, no. Alex, what do you got?
What about Kirby Star Allies?
I love Kirby Star Allies, and it's not on this list.
Oh.
And actually, I need to play that because I need to know if there's something disgusting and tragic about it. Jesse, what do you got for us?
Dragon Quest 11.
Dragon Quest 11, not on the list.
Jesus Christ.
For the record, there are 5 games remaining. David, what do you have?
Didn't they do... Wasn't there a Spyro remaster? Like a Spyro... Yeah, like Spyro... There was a remaster Spyro game? Spyro Trilogy? Spyro HD? Something like that?
I've been no selling it, but yeah, you're right, David. Spyro Reignited Trilogy is on the list. Probably because it only costs $20, but hey, it's there. So, Johnny, what do you got for us, man? Now you're into the real good ones.
Yeah. I'm gonna guess. NBA 2K2 for the Sega Dreamcast.
Try again.
NBA this year, 2K19.
Yes, that's correct, you son of a bitch. Not the one with Ben Wallace on the cover. You fucking with your 2K2 shit. Okay, Alex, 3 games left. What do you have?
Oh, I really wish I could say like NHL 19 or something. No.
Sadly, no.
Yeah. I don't know. Forza Horizon 4?
Not on the list, unfortunately. Jesse, what do you have?
WWE 2K19.
Also, sadly, not on the list. And here we go. Last time around the horn. David, kick us off.
I'm going to take a shot in the dark based on, like, your hints. Labo.
Oh, that's a good guess, but it's wrong.
Okay.
It'd be pretty cool if it were correct, but, I don't know, man. $70 worth of cardboard, less popular than other video games. Johnny, what do you got?
WWF No Mercy.
That was a pretty great game.
It's a great game. One of the hottest games in 1990.
Guess wasn't Sonic Adventure.
No, you're wrong. Alex.
Captain Toad?
Captain Toad, not on the list. And the final guess. Jesse, what do you have?
Starlink.
Starlink Battle for Atlas, propelled by its Star Fox DLC. Sadly, not on the list. So that is the end of the lightning round. The 3 answers that you guys did not get. Number 16, a little game called Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
Oh, fuck me.
Oh, yeah. Damn.
Just Assassin's Creed killing their way through the most popular story of all time, the Odyssey. Number 18, a game that none of us should ever play, Just Dance 2019. And
of course, it's a top seller. Fuck.
Number 20, and perhaps most depressingly, Fallout 76.
Oh, yeah, that came out.
Yeah, I was one of the sad people that bought that game.
Really? Is it the ultimate buyer beware, or is it just kind of bad? Like, I really I can't get a read on that. Like, is it the worst game ever? Who knows?
I think it's the game that's definitely broken my heart the most. I mean, I really love Fallout, and this game is just stay away.
Question.
It's not there yet.
Did you pre-order it? And if so, has this made you like never want to pre-order ever again?
He's right.
I mean, I did, but I wasn't like one of those people that, try to pre-order like the special edition and got totally fucked over on that.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm very firmly in the like why pre-order camp? Wait for it to come out. like you can get it the same day on the internet. Who cares? Like,
right. And you can read a review first.
Yeah.
But
I love every time I go to a GameStop and they're like, "Oh yeah, I'm here to pick up, this game. Did you pre-order?" No. Well, you really should pre-order because we have limited supplies.
Can I have my game, please?
Like, thank you. Exactly.
Good taste, sir.
Every time.
So anyway,
I remember going to GameStop and the highest game is sold out if you didn't pre-order it. But you go across the street to like Target and there's like stacks on stacks on stacks of the same game. Like, it's like,
my anti-pre-ordering policy has literally just been like, if I really want something, go to Target in the morning, and it's always there.
It's never an issue.
Oh, Smash Brothers is coming out. Should I pre-order? No, I should not. I should just go to Target in the morning. Like, it's just not that difficult because I'm an adult.
Oh, man.
I remember when Mario Odyssey came out, I went to Target like 10 minutes after they opened, and there were two of us in line at the electronics department. And we both looked at each other as, Odyssey? Odyssey. All right,
Odyssey.
cool.
Odyssey, yes, see. So anyway.
The Donkey Kong dance.
Exactly, and you kissed. It's all right. So the final results from the lightning round: Alex and Johnny both got 3. Jesse only 1, and David got 5 points. And my scorekeeper crashed. So Johnny, start the calculating computer.
Calculating computer activated. Computers. Beeps. Boops. Scoring complete. This game's winner is David Fleming.
Of course it is. He charged his way back to the top of the leaderboard despite getting very few games correct tonight with a fantastic lightning round of
I got many games tonight, just not within the main game.
Right. So, games that came out last year, and, it served you well tonight, David. Congratulations. So,
thank you so much.
What a game. What a show. And David, it's time to tell everybody what the theme is for next week's episode.
Okay. Well, the theme for next week's episode, I just wanted to double check to make sure that my bonus music was appropriate. I started thinking, because, this is our first show of 2019. We're still in January, the first month. So a lot of firsts getting thrown out, a lot of new beginnings. So I was thinking our theme should be firsts. Games that are the first in a series, the first on a console, that feature the first appearance of a character, first 3D game in a series, a game that features a notable first.
I like it. I'm into it. It's one of those
Mario
nice
Kart,
wide open
first place.
Now, okay, for the record, are we talking like your first something or a game that is like notably a first something? Because Monster Hunter World was my first Monster Hunter game, but it's by no means anyone else's first Monster Hunter game.
I'll leave that up to your discretion. Preferably games that are notable firsts, but if you want to make a personal connection, I'll allow it.
All right. For the record, I'm into it. Because that just spreads that theme wide open, man. It just gets me ready, and I'm just going to dive 2 hands straight into it. So, fantastic theme for next week's episode. First, coming on episode 140 of Game That Tune. Thank you, everybody, for playing along with us. We really appreciate everybody hanging out. We had a great live crowd tonight, active chat. Thanks to everybody watching with us. YouTube.com/GameThatTune, Facebook.com/GameThatTune, Twitch.tv/GameThatTune, and everybody listening along in our Discord channel. We really appreciate you guys being here. We're live every Wednesday night starting at 9 p.m. Eastern. Thanks to everybody listening in podcast form. We come out Wednesday mornings, and we really appreciate you finding us in your iTunes or wherever you get your podcasts. Thanks to everybody that checks out patreon.com/GameThatTune. It's the home for our stupid fun exclusives. We've got Jesse's Covered Up series. We've got, fantastic mixtapes. We did so much Smash Brothers stuff. And we've got our end of year mix coming up real soon for 2018, featuring a lot of choice tracks. And we've got our fantastic, and I say that, easily, unqualified, fantastic Game That Tune movie commentaries. Our newest one is the Double Dragon movie, and my goodness, you need to get yourself a copy of the Double Dragon 4K Blu-ray when it comes out here in a couple of weeks, and listen to it with our commentary, because you want insight, you want behind the scenes action. We have none of it. We're watching along with you in utter horror of what is occurring on the screen. So check out Game That Tune Goes to the Movies. It's all made possible by patreon.com/Game That Tune, and we thank you. Special thanks to our super fan tier producers, Alex Messenger, who is live on the show tonight, and again, our longest tenured and most celebrated super fan tier producer, as well as Lance Revere, Damian Beckles, and John Jekyll. Thank you all so much for your support of the show. No requests tonight, but if you have requests, you can hit us up, gamethattune@gmail.com. You can hit us in our Discord channel. You can hit us on Twitter at GameThatTune, or you can find us individually on Twitter and just, pepper us with requests, because we always love taking them. We love, just digging into the old crates of video game music and finding fantastic stuff. I'm there at JGangsta187. You can find John Regan on Twitter at
JPReganJR. You
can find Jesse Moore on Twitter at
Sega_legend.
I'm not sure how much Alex uses Twitter, but I want to take this opportunity to say thank you so much, Alex, for being on the show. It really means a lot to us that you joined us tonight and brought your namesake game. So if you have a Twitter, hit us with it, or just, say whatever you want right now.
You could follow me at TheMessenger94 on Twitter, but I much recommend check out my Facebook group, the VGM Podcast Fans. If you're into VGM podcasts such as Game That Tune, you're going to enjoy the hell out of that group.
Yes, he's right. You should go there. We talk about video game music. We talk about video game music podcasts. We play games together. It's all there on Facebook. Search for VGM Podcast Fans. It's a fantastic group, and one of the only reasons left that I use Facebook. And you can find tonight's winner, David Fleming, on Twitter at
DFD Fleming.
Fuck yeah, David. So what is that appropriate bonus tune that you have for, to send everybody home tonight?
So we are sending you home with the bonus music of Splash Blue, the theme of the first female robot master, Splash Woman, from Mega Man 9.
Damn it, he's right, folks. Peace out, everybody. Kirby Planet Robobot is copyright 2016 HAL Laboratory Incorporated and Nintendo of America Incorporated. Hellfire is copyright 1991 Toaplan Company Limited. The Messenger is copyright 2018 Sabotage Studio and Devolver Digital. Top Gear is copyright 1992 Gremlin Graphics and Chemco. Dragon Ball Z Ultimate Battle 22 is copyright 2003 Bandai Company Limited.